Trending topic time here on Morning Live. So let's get into it, and we find out the first. What is the first one? Pride Month 2021. Okay, so obviously this being June is the Pride Month, and so everything that has to do with Pride Month, I think you're just seeing people posting a lot of photographs saying Happy Pride Month. Here's one saying everyone deserves to feel comfortable and happy in their own skin. Be proud of who you are, and always remember you're valid and loved. Again, wear your pride loud and proud. Happy Pride Month 2021. No matter where you are in the world, no matter what gender you are, no matter what your sexuality, you will always be a person. So that's really what's dominating the trend this morning in terms of Pride Month 2021.
And one that I found particularly powerful for me was from someone called Maggie Lindemann, who said, for anyone struggling with their sexuality, I want you to know it's okay to be confused, scared, excited, nervous. Anything you are feeling is normal. You will still be loved. Your sexuality doesn't define who you are. It's just a part of who you are.
Lovely. Really nice. Nice put there. So yeah, that's Pride Month 2021 as being a big trending topic this morning. Becky, there was an interview yesterday. I think he did it was at a lecture, was it not?
Yes, an ANC lecture. And so this took place yesterday, and people basically talking about some of the issues that came out of it, and also, you know, other issues. But people, as usual, you know, will go back because it is who is speaking, and they will opine on that. For example, Rose Mpatlele, and this is reading some of the comments under the thread of Thabo Mbeki. Rose Mpatlele says, Thabo Mbeki is the face of gender-based violence. Why do you give him space? This is the man that openly in public physically beat Winnie Mandela. You know, and so it goes. And incidentally, that was quite something that people brought up. And then, of course, others came out in defense of the former president. They like Temba G, who says most people who criticize Mbeki don't even know what GDP stands for. So it was interesting that it became more about him than it was about the event or the lecture.
Yeah, so that's the Mbeki trend, and as you say, your legacy stands all the time, and people will read it how they want to read it, and that's the reality. So Mbeki and everything around that. Then the next trend, and this is one that literally Sakina and I have been talking about since Naomi Osaka.
For at least a week.
Yeah, for a week we've been speaking about this. And I mean, I sent that message to Sakina last night when we saw that Naomi Osaka actually withdrew out of the Roland
French
Garros
Open.
French Open. And you know, my heart absolutely breaks for her. I know that you look at the more sporting side of it and the realities that go with something like this, but for me, just my view, and then we'll listen to you. You know, I'm so divided on this because I feel so sorry for her. I really, really do. I don't think anybody would want to just go out of a tournament. And I mean, she was, you know, she did well in the first round, and I mean, there must be so much going on at the moment inside this young, talented woman, and she just is struggling with all kinds of anxiety and all kinds of mental issues that I think she needs to get to the bottom of. And you know, saying she can't face the media, it must be really tough for her. But you know, I really feel for her. I really, really do.
And I think, Leanne, just to be clear, we all feel for Naomi Osaka, because this is very real. Anyone who's ever been in a position where you are in the limelight, you know, where you're in the public eye for one reason or another, you know what it feels like when people come at you who have no clue about really who you are, what you do, what you're struggling with, who have opinions about who you are, what you should be doing, and of course what you're doing wrong, which always is you know, the thing that seems to capture the imagination. As you say, you and I have been talking about Naomi Osaka for at least a week since she released that statement. And I feel for Naomi. You can see Naomi is she's a fragile, you know, young lady. I said to you, I think Naomi is naive as well. It is very clear that this is coming, it really is hard for her at the moment because she's taking a lot of strain because of these interviews and the questions that are being put to her. But what I said to you last week when she released that statement, and I'll repeat, I said to you, Naomi is not winning this one because she's going up against the establishment, one. Two, she's tampering with the money. Because remember, those interviews are part of the contractual obligations because of sponsorship.
Yeah.
And without the sponsorships, all of these sporting codes are nothing. So she's not winning this one. And you've heard fellow tennis players come out in support of her, saying they empathize. They know what she's going through. They've all been there in one guise or another.
Yeah.
And Naomi specifically, being asked to take a firm stand in things like Black Lives Matter. And these are some of the things that she's been feeling pretty uncomfortable about, that she's been struggling with, being asked to, make your voice heard. You one of the most elite athletes in the world. And again, as I said to you, I feel for her. Honestly, I am with her.
Yeah.
As you said, though, I also get the other side, and I know how this is going to play out, because Serena has been called out for the same thing, exactly the same thing. LeBron James has been called out for exactly the same thing, where they've been told, where are you? You are not doing enough. You're not saying enough, given your profile as a black athlete. So, it's one of those.
Sometimes you need to shatter the establishment, and maybe, I mean, yes, I do think there could be, she should have better direction with her leadership, perhaps maybe travel with, as we were saying, a psychologist.
Her team is not doing enough for her.
Perhaps that's what she does need. But, at the end of the day, I mean, she is a phenomenal sportswoman, and I think the thing is that, she just wants to play, and she just wants to be a good player. But I understand what you're saying. Just being the best in the world comes with a lot of things, and she needs to handle those. But it is, I really do. I feel for her, and that's where my that's where my ideas stop. But the last one we've got, Naomi Osaka in Pan-African Parliament. We've got it in the news. You've seen these visuals. It is crazy what's going
It was a
on
movie.
at Pan-African Parliament. Oh, no.
I couldn't tear myself away from it yesterday. I was so shocked.
Oh, for the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. It's not what we want to be seeing.
Look
really.
at that Dr. Malinga kick there.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to even laugh about it because
these
it
are
was
the leaders of our continent.
Kenny Mojadino, which is not a. It's just these scenes are not what you want to see.
That is disgraceful. It should be. It should be called for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely unreasonable. But apparently they're going to try again.
Well, third time lucky.
Let's see what happens and see if we can get this one going. We'll look into that in, I think, the next hour on the program. But that's where we have to leave it for now. We still got into our guest is coming up next. So remember yesterday we promised you that we were going to try and take a look at the trend in terms of increasing infections among children in South Africa. Not around the world. We're just going to focus completely in South Africa. So we're going to be looking at that and talk about COVID-19, the effects in children, and also what the numbers are looking like in children. We've got epidemiologist from the NICD joining us, Tendasai Kufa Chikiza. That's going to be our guest. She's standing by waiting for that discussion. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere.